Well, good evening. This will be the best tipping challenge you see in the rest of 2021. I can assure you of that. It's HHV, the judge. The mighty judge is in the building. We're going to do it one more time in 2021 in conjunction with the mighty Bet Goodwin, of whom you will have a massive New Year's Day bonuses. All you got to do is hit that promo code SH10, get over to their website and get yourself a 10 quid, a Nigel Benn matched bet. Why not put it on one of our horses? Because we have been the home of big price winners in this tipping challenge. And the great news for us and the dreadful news for the bookies is we're going to be continuing in 2022, are we not, Judge? Every Friday,
I do hope so, yeah.
the winners in. So it's going to be a great year. And can I wish you a very happy new year, Judge?
Thank you very much, sir. And I wish you a happy new year too. May you find lots of winners, but not quite as many as me.
Yes, may all your losing runs be short ones, Judge,
Absolutely.
in 2022. Well, we're going to kick it one more time. We're not going to take up too much of your evening, as people will be wanting to get on the old Jägermeisters. Now, we're going to do the 140 at Musselburgh, and then we're going to switch to Cheltenham for the 235. And don't forget, at the second link down, if you want my Cheltenham card marker, you can have it, and the bets are there now. So join me for a New Year's Day party at HQ. But firstly, we're going to go on Musselburgh, kick off with the 140. Now, I'm going to go first here, Judge. This is a Class 3, 2 mile 4 handicap hurdle, and it's called the Betway Hair of the Dog. Now, in Scotland, of course, people are not got the same freedoms we have down here. We want to be watching the old Braveheart and showing some of the old freedom. But I'm sure my Scottish friends will still be watching Musselburgh and punting like madmen tomorrow. Now, there is a horse here I think is massively overpriced. It's going to be my selection. It's trained in Malton, and that Malton Mafia will be on this tomorrow. It is number 5, Ashington, ridden by Henry Brook even, and trained by Brian Ellison. Now, this one, Judge, has run on the flat recently, but before that was a very impressive winner, I thought, at Hexham. In a decent race that's worked out. If you look back last year, Ashington won a Class 2. This is a Class 3, and he beat a horse called Good Boy Bobby very, very easily. Now, he's gone on to win big races over fences. I think that's a very, very good form line. He's won over the distance. He's won at this track. Ellison loves lining up a little gamble at this time of year. Has a great record at Musselburgh, and I think he's a massive player each way at 15-2 in many places in the village. So he has to be my selection. Over to you, Judge.
Ashington, I've got a bit of history with Ashington as it happens, because I've tipped him up at this meeting last year, and they had loads of rain, and it ran a shocker. But it does like Musselburgh. I don't think Brian Hughes had his finest moment on it one run here last year. I think it got chinned as well. It does like Musselburgh. I couldn't put you off. But the one I'm going to take you on with is a big price as well. But I didn't actually like the front end of the market. I don't know about what you thought here. I thought they're all beatable, really. Geronimo and what's the other horse there? The one I was looking at.
Coroner's Choice.
Cavender's Cross. I just think I didn't like that. And the other things, the strong glance, that's about even money to get round. It keeps running out. I've gone for Voix de Rêve. Now, it's got 2 runs here at Musselburgh, 2 seconds. It got chinned in one of them. It's dropped down to a handy mark. It was contesting the fight in 5th last time out, slightly out of its quality of grade, but it's back into a handicap. Dropped down to a very attractive handicap mark. And there's quite a lot of amateur jockeys in this. And with Conor O'Farrell, I think he could outrun his odds. And unfortunately, I've noticed he's been heavily backed already, but I still think he could outrun them odds. So we're going to go for it. Voix de Rêve.
Superb. You can still get 12-1, plenty of 10s around. So a couple of big prices there. Voix de Rêve for the judge. And I'm going Ashington at 15-2. Yes, Voix de Rêve going in the fight in 5th would be a little bit like me entering the Masters, Judge. Really.
That's right.
But I might enjoy it, but he ain't going to win. Right, let's go to Cheltenham now on New Year's Day. What a way to start the year. And let's go to the 235. It's the Paddy Power Handicap Hurdle. It is over 3 miles. It's a Class 2 event, incredibly competitive, as you would expect. And it's going to be run on drying ground, but soft ground. So, Judge, let's hear your thoughts.
Well, basically, yeah, let's hear my thoughts. Have I got any? Now, good question. It's a really tough race, this. I'm going to make up this. Oof, this is a hard race. But I'm going to look at the per tenths from last year as my form line. And the two that ran really well in that was Spirit of the Games and Dillon. And it really was a toss of the coin. And in the end, because the Spirit of the Games is a bigger price, I've gone for him. He's a bit of a losing specialist, but it's each way. He's got a really good record at Cheltenham. Absolutely loves it round here. Obviously, he's very well handicapped because even on that per tenths run, he's got a £7 pull even with Dillon, who's actually dropped in the weight since then. He was a shorter price than Dillon that day, and he's a bigger price than Dillon tomorrow. I like the jockey change switch as well. We've got Harry riding it, and I was wondering whether they're really going to tee him up for the per tenth, but he's 10 now, and I think there's got to be a day in the sun they really do actually go to the well with him. Mm. And I think realistically, he won't get many better chances then tomorrow. And around sort of 14, 16 to 1, I do think it's a time to get the old drinks in, have a bit of Spirit of the Games.
Superb. Right, I did not need the assistance of Hercule Poirot to find my selection here.
No.
But sometimes if a horse is too big a price than what you think it is, who cares if it's won last time? I love Cheltenham form, as I often say on here, and anybody who listens to me, it repeats. Kansas City Chief, I thought young Victoria Malzard taking the 7 off still. Last time, I thought she rode a peach of a race from the front. She brought the horse over. It was absolutely superb. Neil Mulholland trains. She takes 7 off again. The horse has gone up, of course it has. It's going to be 13 tomorrow. I just feel this horse has nothing to hide. There is no point any long-term plots. They have to go to the well again tomorrow. I suspect if this horse runs well tomorrow, they'll retire it on the spot.
They could well do, couldn't they? Really?
Yeah. I just think with 5 places available with many firms, this is an ultimate punting no-brainer at 12 to 1. I've got this in as a 7 to 1 shot. Now, the value angle on that place bet alone is superb. There are a lot of horses in it, and I have to include your mate Spirit of the Games, that are serial losers. You know, there's a horse called What's Up With You of Ben Pauling's in here. The horse always finds a way of getting beat. Now, with Kansas City Chief, she's going to have it out the front. She's going to be able to dictate. I just think it's such an honest horse. I think it's got one more big run in it. It may well be that at 12 to 1, your profit is going to be on the place bet, but so what? And you never know. It just might go in again. I respect our approval, but how can that be? Yeah, I mean, there are questions to answer. There are issues there, like you say. It's got to prove certain stamina. How can Kansas City Chief be more than twice the price with so much strong form in the book? I cannot work that out. I think she's a very good young rider. The horse has got 10 stone 3 tomorrow. Still going to be running free off the front. And I think it's going to go very close again tomorrow. And I think the place part of that makes it a superb bet at 12 to 1. So you've got the judge going for Spirit of the Games. I can see plenty of 12s, even a bit of 14s at time of recording. I'm going for Kansas City Chief. There is nothing to hide from the handicapper here. Let's be very clear. But I do think it's got one more huge run in it. 12 to 1. The ground will be drying all day. I think it's a knocking bet. We then go to Musselburgh in the 140. I'm going for Ashington. And I'm just trying to remember how you pronounce yours. It's Wider Rev from the judge. So there you go. We're going for prices again. We never tip short price jollies. You can do them on your own. You're watching this because you believe, possibly foolhardily, that we know what we're talking about. But I like to think the amount of winners.
Well, so a few winners, mate.
Exactly, all the way up to
25. So nearly tipped up the old King George winner each way as a small each way because, you know, never mind.
Don't get me on about those rides.
I was just going to say, Si, I've got you down more PC plod than Hercule Poirot.
Yeah, well, yeah. Dixon of Dock Green, mate.
That's it.
My era. That's him, yeah. Evening All and all that. Right. Whether it's 21, 22, who cares? We are the home of big price winners. This is Holden's Horses. I am the Sheriff of Tippingham. And can I say what an addition you've been to my channel, Judge? And the check is in the post. That's all I'm saying. Have a great New Year's Eve, everybody. Have a great New Year's Day at Cheltenham. Cheer these two on. Get yourself that Bet Goodwin bonus. And if you want those big price winners, well,
HOLDENS. Horses.